Hey guys, it's Bronson, and today I'm going to be giving you an analysis video of the card back of Flesh and Blood, which is this thing right here. So I'm going to be explaining what you're seeing and giving you a high-level summary of what they tried to do, what they tried to explain to the user without telling them. So initially, what you can notice is there's the Flesh and Blood logo, and that kind of distincts it like, hey, this is their label, you know, this is Flesh and Blood. But if you look in the back of the art, oh man, it's just done very well. Like, I love how it just these symbols represent things and they intertwine with each other. So you can see that like there's smoke from this thing going down here, and then there's more smoke that's like going into the wild, and the dragon's breathing here, and it's very well done. And at first glance you might think, oh, these are nice little symbols, these are cool characters, but it it dives into what the game is about with the different regions on the map of Wrath. So let me go into that now. Now, there's going to be a article that I'm going to link down below, and it will give you a link to the card back like story that Legend Story Studios created this article that explained how they created, and it does say, hey, we wanted to be inspired by the 8 different regions and we put them all on the back. So it's not like I discovered this. If reading a web page is discovering, then like call me Christopher Columbus. But I just wanted to note that I'm not special for figuring this out. It's there, but I did put this nice little thing together for you to see and to kind of make sense. So let's get started. There's 8 different symbols on the outside of the card. The top one is a sword, and there, you can see that light is emanating from the sword. So that's obviously Solana. Then to the right of that, we have a bunch of gears and like, smoke coming out of those cogs, and of course metrics. And you can see right here on the map, it has a very similar thing where there's smoke coming out of this thing, and it's very mechanical. So those were pretty easy. Then down here, it's a little weird. It's just like a brick wall, but you can see what I love is it uses the smoke from Metrix to cover like Mysteria. That's cool. Like I like that art. I like how it's synergized there. And you can see right here on the map that this looks very similar, like walls and shrouded in steam. Then at the very bottom, we have the Savage Lands. We've got like a thing of like a, what is it, dinosaur skull? And this is like a beast right here, beast skull and plants and fauna. So that that correlates to that region. And then at the very bottom, let's see if you can see it on the screen. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Okay, you can see it. So at the very bottom, we have the snake wrapped around some, I want to say trident, but I would be wrong. It's a bident that for my research. And of course, bi meaning two, so 2 prongs instead of 3. It's just a funny little thing. Uh, so this is obviously Demonastry, and you can see right here at the very bottom, there are actually 2 bidents like this. So that is definitely that region right there. The one on the left, this one's kind of weird. Like I've seen other, like the depiction right here is of a skull. It looks like it looks kind of weird and not really much to see. In reality, that's really a spider, and I'll get to that later on. I'll show you the spider thing, but that is a symbol for the pits is a spider. Very interesting. Then we got Valkor. We got the dragon. Obviously, that's got to be Valkor. That was an easy. I think I got that one first. I was like, that kind of looks like that. So we got the dragon, and he lives near the volcano. Pretty easy. And then the last one is aria. And this was the last one I figured out because it just doesn't, I think this has to do with like a harp. So there's like music and, being light. And I think this symbol is the symbol of aria right here. Um, but yeah, there you have it, guys. Like this is um, a beautiful representation of this card. I just love how they subtly put all the information in front of you and they let you discover what it all means, and once you understand it you're like, oh cool, it's the card back represents the whole region of Wrath and all the synergies. The other thing you'll notice as well is that I created another video with the duality of different regions, and you can see that they did that on the card as well. So we have metrics right here, right? Volcor. So it goes here to here, and then Mysteria and the pits, and then Savage Land, it goes back up to Aria. So it goes like this, like back and forth. And I think this is really cool to note too, because those 6 regions go from, you know, right to left, right to left, right to left. But then Solana is at the top, Demonastri is at the bottom. So they're kind of like the 2 main factions that are like, you know, polar opposites like this, but then all the other regions are on the side. I think that's a very key distinction that the LSS wanted to convey. Another big thing to note about this card back is look at all these things on the inner ring. I'm guessing these are like certain classes, like certain hero types. I want to say it's that. I'm not 100% sure on that right now. Maybe it's different like factions within those cities. My best guess is like if you see at the top, um, the 2 symbols closest to the sword, maybe that's like Solana classes, and then these 2 right here are metrics classes, and maybe the classes are based where they are on the circle. Maybe it's something else. That's something I really want to analyze next and make a follow-up video. But that is another great thing too that is yet to be discovered. And just finishing up the video, I'm going to bring up some alternate backs. So again, these backs are on the link down below. I'll put a link to the site where they showed the creation of the card back. But this is one of their earlier models. Let me make it full screen. So this is what the card back looks without color, and you can vibrantly see, like you can actually see the dragon's head and see different things of what they are a lot better, especially that spider. You can see that spider, and he's like eating some like coin that's like a spade. Maybe that means like the people in the pits are money hungry, and it represents the spider, which is vicious and and cunning. And the spade, I'm not sure what that represents. That's something to figure out, but very cool. Like it was very awesome to look in depth on this and just see these beautiful images that were created for the card back. It's hard to normally see this because you pick up a Flesh and Blood card. Not only are the pictures like hard to see because it's pretty small text because it's on the back of this card, but it's also dark, so you can't really see like exactly what stuff is. So having this was really cool to see online. Another really cool card back I thought, let me get into full view. This is an alternate card back that they were thinking of producing, and there's multiple other ones. You'll have to check it out. But this one is the coolest, I think. Like this is what they should put on like Fable cards. I think that would be really neat. Like especially if they have a print run of like like 100 special like like cold foil, obviously, but then the back is cold foiled. How cool would that be? It'd be so awesome to have like something like this. So when you're opening a pack and you see that like the back of it, you automatically know like, hey, I hit something really good. And I think if they reserve this back for something just like really spicy, some really awesome card, oh man, like that would be legit. So uh I definitely can see them using these card backs in the future for other products. That's it for today. I hope you learned some cool things about the card back that you didn't know. Again, man, there's depth. There's depth to this game. There's a lot to learn, and it's really cool once you see it and say, wow, like there's a lot of thought put into this. So that's all I have. Have a good one. Peace.